like football, business moves fast. And when you need funding, there's no time to wait. At Fleximize, we keep things simple. No penalties, no red cards, just fast, flexible business loans. We only ask for the essentials and you'll get a decision within 24 hours. Once approved, the funds are in your account the same day. Fleximize, let's fund your goals.
Hello and welcome back to Matchday Live, streaming on X, YouTube, Facebook and Town TV. Proudly brought to you by our headline digital partner, Fleximize, the UK's award-winning lender offering fast, flexible business loans. It's Tuesday night under the lights and the countdown to kick-off is on as Ipswich Town prepare to take on Hull City. With just one home defeat all season and victory the last time these sides met, fans are in for another thrilling night of championship football. Coming up on the show, we've got all the highlights from Saturday's win against the Swans, a special On This Day rewind from 1996 featuring some legendary names. Plus, all the latest team news, analysis and insight from our fantastic guests, who'll both be given the full lowdown on their town teammates. As always, we'd love for you to get involved wherever you're watching from. Send us your thoughts and predictions in the live chat with a chance to be featured on the show. Well, the Swans have fled, the Tigers are here, and the Foxes arrive on Saturday. Portman Road is becoming a bit of a zoo as well as a fortress, gentlemen. Alongside me, we have Freddie Sears and Connor Townsend. It's a Tuesday night under the lights. It's not as cold as it might be in previous meetings here on Matchday Live, but we're set up for a great game, aren't we, Freddie?
Yeah, we are. Like you just said, Tuesday night, Portman Road, 4th v 5th. Two teams are really going to go out tonight and really a game we're looking forward to.
Connor, I know you'll be desperate to get back out on that pitch. What is the update with the injury? How's rehab going?
Yeah, really well, sort of on schedule, where I should be at the minute. Back on the grass, sort of doing some twisting and turning now, which is good. And yeah, I'm still really hopeful that I can get back for the last couple of games.
Yeah, that would be absolutely fantastic. Right, Town are in for a promotion push, but so's our Freddie Sears over here. He is still doing bits at step 4 in the English football pyramid for Malden and Tiptree. I had the pleasure of watching yourself play on Saturday. How's it all going in non-league?
Yeah, it's been good. You know, you've been down a few times now and you've seen what it's like. It's been really good since the new owners have come in. We're doing really well, and personally for me it's going really well. Scored a lot of goals and body's feeling it a bit tonight, but feeling good.
Some things never change. Freddie Sears on the goal scoring sheet. Connor, we're on our second home game of 3 following that performance on Saturday, which was absolutely fantastic. The boys must be full of confidence.
Yeah, definitely. You know, obviously you touched on it earlier. Portman Road's been a fortress for us this year, and yeah, you know, what a game to be a part of. Obviously, Hull coming here in 5th place, one below us. You know, we're there to be shot at, so let's go and get them.
And it's important that we build on that performance on Saturday, isn't it, Freddie? And with the championship, the games come thick and fast, and the table is very tight, as you mentioned. Hull right behind us, so another positive performance will be needed from the Blues.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, pushing on from Saturday now, great results Saturday, and now it's turned on to Tuesday night. These games can be tough at times, a quick turnover, but I'm sure now the most important thing is the 3 points tonight. I know that everyone wants the performance, but ultimately this time of the season's the business end, and this is where the points really do matter.
Yeah, after a long run on the road, Town were back here at Portman Road on Saturday and put in a perfect performance against the Swans.
And a week of 3 home fixtures gets underway. There's Kiprate. Neil, lovely turn in midfield away from Galbraith. And now looking to set Bemetti on his way. Davis overlapping, looking and fly forward, Leif Davis, and he cuts it back towards Nunes. It'll drop for Bemetti, and Bemetti finds the top corner! Vidal just steps over it. Galbraith is coming off the right side, and it's into Vidal, and Vidal is flagged offside from the right side, and it comes from Furlong. Kiprate will look to flick it on, loose ball bouncing around, drops it down, Neil, and Neil shot it straight at Lawrence Figueroa.
And I think the fans spoke
Here's Furlong. Burns outside him. Here is the Welshman against the Welsh shy. Furlong delivering across the 6-yard box and Vigouroux falling onto it. Davis finds Mehmeti with the throw. High up the pitch on the left side, and Mehmeti's worked it into Davis, and Davis into Adon, and Adon into the bottom corner! Another wonderful finish in Timon, 20 yards out. Yao Koué gets it back, and Yao Koué tries to bend one, and Walton has scythed that one into Liam Cullen. Here is Cullen, 25 yards out, going for goal, and Walton parries away with the header. Timon under pressure from Mehmeti. Mehmeti's done well to win it inside the penalty area. Now across the Hurst! 3-0, surely job done. McAteer, Mehmeti peeling off down the right side, just to the right of the penalty area, helping it towards Hurst, and then Vigouroux with a wonderful save. Hurst tall Ipswich wall. Potnik starts his run up, hammers it towards goal and rattles the crossbar. What a hit! Davis defending that situation and winning the free kick.
Wow, just from nowhere. Real power and venom in that shot as the referee blows the whistle.
So that's the final action. Ipswich do keep a clean sheet and they take all 3 points.
A brilliant result for the Blues back here at Portman Road against Swansea City. Freddie, before the game, if you could write down the perfect result and performance, that's probably not too far off it.
Yeah, it probably is. 3-0 at home, 3 different goal scorers, 2 of your strikers scoring goals, which is going to be important now, and looked a really good team performance. So yeah, really good for Ipswich Saturday.
I'd imagine that the gaffer was pretty happy with that performance from back to front.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, to start the game like we did, go and get a goal. I think that's massive. Teams are coming here and trying to sit in. We spoke about it when I've been on previously about getting that early goal, and if you get the early goal, then it's there for us to go and win the game. Yeah,
how vital are those early goals in football matches, especially here at Portman Road? We see it quite a lot, and we do go on and be quite dominant in our performances after that.
Yeah, like Connor said, a lot of teams will come here and sit in, and once you score early, you can't do that. We've been here a few times this season and we've scored early, and it's really got the fans going, got the players going, and it makes it tough for the opposition. The opposition have to come out, they can't sit in and defend low. And yeah, the boys always start well here, so we're hoping for a fast start tonight as well.
The Swansea manager after the game said that the assessment of it was easy for him. Ipswich were by far the better team, but he pinpointed the small details, the things that probably maybe us fans don't see as much. How well did we execute the finer details of the game?
Yeah, we did, and to be fair, the gaffer's big on them details. In that, I think we really showed on Saturday that we are probably one of the best teams in the league on our day, and it's all about us. Like tonight, they're a good team, but I think if the best version of ourselves turns up, then I think we win the game.
Before we look at the goals again, Freddie, Christian Walton in goal, kept his 11th clean sheet. Obviously, it involves the back four as well, but that's a real confidence boost that moving forward into these championship fixtures towards the end of the season.
Yeah, definitely. Even in the clips, he's made some really good saves. The defence have been strong again, and ultimately, we want to score goals, but the defence are the ones that win the championships. They're the ones that the clean sheets. They're really what matters now. And obviously, we said before, the performances are great, but the points is really what matters now.
As a striker, I know you love goals, so let's take another look at the town goals from the victory against Swansea City. Connor, Enis Mehmeti's come in. It seems like an absolute bargain, proven championship quality, and I think he just showed there what he can produce on the big stage.
Yeah, bargain's probably an understatement. I think to get him for £3 million is great business for us. And he's come in and he's adapted really well. One thing, obviously, he's a talented boy, but one thing I've really noticed with him is he's in early, he's doing his extras, and you can see he's got real hunger to go and get better and drive to go and prove himself at a better level.
Yeah, he had a hand in all of the goals for Ipswich, but a big moment there as well for Ivan Adon, and we're going to see the George Hurst goal as well now. But the two strikers there, both getting on the score sheet, both getting confidence. It's what the strikers need, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think it's going to be important. We've said before on the show that we need that striker to step up and start getting the goals regularly. And to be fair, they've both scored. We'll give them both confidence coming into tonight. And yeah, we need the strikers to score goals to get us to the top two.
And when their games are coming Saturday, Tuesday, when we swap out Ivan for George and George for Ivan, they're both in red hot form at the minute. So I guess it's a like for like for the team.
Yeah, obviously, you know, we've spoke before about the squad, and you know that's what's going to get us promoted. And you know, it's a luxury that we've got such a strong squad. And you know, back to back, obviously we're in a run of games now. I think it's 7 or 8 in space of 3 or 4 weeks. You've got to use your squad, and you know, obviously the gaffers. We're going to probably get onto it, made a few changes. But yeah, it shows how strong the squad is, that the people who are coming in, it's not weakening the team.
Yeah, when we did bring in players like Enis Mehmeti, we can have a look at some of his best bits from the game right now. That energy, that press that he brings. Just how impressive is it when he's come into a brand new squad? You know, he signed the game after we played him here against Bristol City. So the impact that he's having on the pitch, and as Connor said, off it is fantastic. And that's hard to get, especially for £3 million.
Yeah, definitely. I quite similar when I come in here in January. You know, you've got to sort of hit the ground running, and he's done that. You know, obviously he's played all season for Bristol City. Confidence is really high, and he's come in. He looks like he's been here all season. That's the credit goes to him. And like Connor said, it's not just on the pitch; it's off the pitch. He's obviously wants to learn. He's in the gym. He's doing all his extras, and that takes to the next level. And Ipswich have got, we said, a bargain. They've got a real player in their hands there.
His work rate as well, you can see chasing down that ball there to sniff out something where the defender probably thinks he's got too much time, but the press, he's on it, and you get your luck in football sometimes, don't you, Connor?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I didn't actually realise until we signed him, but his running stats are through the roof. I mean, it's not just, you know, it's not just looking busy. He genuinely gets some real good numbers, and yeah, obviously it's great to see him thriving, and hopefully it can continue for us.
Is it like, Freddie, when you come into the squad in January of a new football club, and you know, like a team you've just played against, and I love this moment. Actually, I'm going to ask you, Connor, how do they decide who does that? Because we saw Waltz do it the other week, we've seen Anis do it there.
I don't actually know. I think it's just whoever gets bullied into doing it gets pushed to the front. Yeah, I'm not sure.
But Freddie, when you sign for a club in January, how long does it take to sort of adapt to new surroundings, or is it because you've done it so many times as a professional, you just walk into a changing room and you can sort of click straight away?
It can be difficult. I think the main thing is getting on the pitch. You know, everyone you sign, whatever day it is, you want to be on the pitch making an impact. And the lad's come in and he's scoring goals, he's making assists, he's working hard, and you know, he's probably already a fan favourite already, and that's as much as you can ask for, really. So yeah, it's difficult, but at the same time, he's been to different clubs, and it's a great club to come into as well.
Yeah, it was a great victory for the senior men's team, but also on Friday night, the under-21s travelled to Arsenal, and they managed to get a well-deserved 3 points with a 1-0 victory, goal scored by Tudor Mender. We can have a look at that goal right now. The talking point before the game on social media was it's the return of Max Dowman, the 15-year-old wonder kid, who is a very special talent, I'm sure. But what's really impressive, Freddie, and you've been in youth team squads, that the money that we've invested into the academy and everything, we're pushing in the right direction, because to go and beat Arsenal, we've got, you know, the Howland Academy is something that is incredible, is a real statement.
Yeah, it is. To be fair, I've been down to Colchester a few times this year and seen the 21s, and they look a really strong team. I know they're doing really well in the under-21 league. They might be top or...
Yeah, second at the minute.
Second.
That result had them go top, but then Chelsea played last night and got a victory.
They've got John McGrill as the manager, Chris Caseman, 2 really good coaches, and yeah, it looks like there's a real load of talent coming through as well.
And having that talent in the youth team, obviously they'll see the pathway to the first team. That's vital for a young player's development. What was it like for you? Obviously you've got relationships with Hull City here coming through the academy there. Is it similar, or is it different to how it was back in the day?
I think it depends on the club, to be honest. You know, at the minute it's probably quite hard for young players to come through, because the club's doing so well. You know, we've got such a strong squad, so it can be difficult, but at the same time, it's for an under-21 player now, it's brilliant to be around, because the training's fantastic. You know, they're seeing the levels, and you know, hopefully if we get promoted, you're at a Premier League club again. So yeah, I think it depends on the club.
Really, what was it like for you? I remember growing up watching football and your name being thrown about. You were that youngster at West Ham that was making his first team debut. Did you feel that added pressure, being a young man being thrown in, not at the deep end, because I'm sure you had the talent to back it up, but did you, you know, it's a lot to play in the Premier League at your age.
Yeah, it's a lot. I think it's the excitement as well. I think if you asked all the 21 boys, they would love to be playing here at Portman Road week in, week out. But like Connor said, the squad's so strong, the boys are doing so well, it's tough to get in at the minute. But yeah, there obviously comes a little bit of pressure, but I'm sure these boys are all waiting for the opportunity, and it's just when they can get that opportunity, they've got to show their best version of themselves.
Yeah, and they're doing that in the Premier League too, as we say. That's massive for their development to be playing against some of the best academies in English football.
Yeah, obviously, we spoke about the owners investing back into the youth, and to get a Category 1 academy is fantastic, and it obviously attracts players with that. And I've seen a lot recently. Obviously, we've signed a few young boys who have come from football league clubs, and it's definitely the route that a lot of people are going down now, and it's where a lot of talent is.
How much has the training ground changed since you were here? Obviously, I know you weren't here as an academy player, but I can imagine you've seen the development, and with that investment, like we've spoken about from the owners, these players have got everything they need to be the best version of themselves they can be.
Yeah, it's a lot different, to be honest. But yeah, the pathway's there for the boys. There's going to be a new training ground. It's probably, like Connor said, they're a Cat 1 academy now, so they're playing against the best teams, they're getting the best opportunities, and ultimately it comes down to them now and trying to take their chance when they can, whether that's in the Premier League 2, the cup games, Carling Cup, Carabao Cup, wherever they are, and yeah, it's just showing their best opportunity when they get it.
Just how important, Connor, is the loan system? We've seen players like Cam Humphreys, who's gone out to Huddersfield, and he had a fantastic loan at Wickham last season as well. Kieran Slicker, goalkeeper at Barnet, doing wonderful things. I actually spent some time with Nelson Eze, who's an under-18 player. Everyone will know him. He's 6'9", and he is a handful, causing problems in non-league. But just how important are those loan moves at lower league clubs for the development of these young players?
Yeah, it's massive. Like for me as a player, Hull were pretty similar to Ipswich at the minute in the Premier League, getting promoted, doing really well. There wasn't really a pathway through, so I had to go out and sort of make my own way in the game, and it's the best thing I ever did. Going on loan, I went to Grimsby when I was 18, and I walked in, ended up, I had to wash my own kit and cook my own food, and it was an eye opener. But that's what real football is, and it stood me in good stead, and it gave me a platform to go and improve and show what I can do.
Do you have any loan moves, Freddie?
Yeah, I went to Scunthorpe.
How was that?
Different. Yeah, a lot different from West Ham at the time. But like Connor said, I think I was 19 years old, in a real different environment. Wash your own kit, drive yourself to training, no lunch, no food.
No lunch?
Yeah, but that's what you get, you sort of get used to being at these top clubs where everything's done for you, and sometimes going out on loan, going out your comfort zone, that's when, and to be fair, I probably played my best football at Scunthorpe, and that's a credit to Scunthorpe, and I'm sure Connor would say the same. When you go out, you get chucked in the deep end, and then it's down to you to sort of perform.
You both did all right out of it, didn't you? You both come out at the other end.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
Right, on this day in 1996, Town faced Saturday's opponents, Leicester City, here at Portman Road, and ran out 4-2 winners, with some familiar faces on the score sheet.
A lot of pointing, and finally a shot from Ward, which has produced a marvellous goal. 6 minutes gone, and John Ward turns back the clock with that shot. At the age of 38, the Ipswich player coach gives them a lead in sensational style. Marshall, and the ball breaking loose here to Mason, and surely a goal for Milton. What happened to the Leicester defence? They just fell apart. Tarico, this is Mason, Matthew, and Milton again finding room. Ulenbeek. Brilliant play by Ulenbeek. And a great ball in for Marshall! It's 3-0. What a disaster for Leicester City. 13 minutes gone, they're 3 behind. Good ball in, and Claridge and Roberts. They have got a goal back. Dear me. There's something else, and that could be a penalty. That's a penalty. And John Ward can score his second goal of the game and surely secure the points for Ipswich. But Poole has produced a magnificent save. Now they might get a goal at the other end. Roberts. Yes! Can you believe this game at times? It could have been dead and buried 30 seconds ago for Leicester. Now they've got real hope. Thompson. And Scowcroft won it back. Marshall in a race here with Poole! Marshall wins the race. Ipswich win the match.
Yeah, a great result for Ipswich Town in 1996. And don't worry, Town fans, Saturday's game will be shot in Ultra HD. It won't be as blurry as that, I'm sure. Okay, well, that was a special day. And tomorrow is a very special day because it is Dara O'Shea and Connor Townsend's birthday. Many happy birthdays to you. How will you be spending the day?
Training, rehab, and then just go home and recover. Not very exciting.
Did you ask for anything for your birthday? What do you buy Connor Townsend for his birthday?
I mean, my missus usually gets me golf gear, but obviously I'm out of action at the minute, so I'll just have to get that for the summer, I'd imagine.
Okay, well, to continue the birthday theme, we're going to play a little game of birthday teammates. So I'm going to ask you both some birthday-related questions about your former teammates and current teammates, and we'll go from there. Okay, so Connor, who would throw the best birthday party?
Jack Taylor, I think. Yeah, Tails.
Where would he take you? Something like go-karting or something like that?
Pub.
Freddie, what about you and your old teammates?
Probably say Chambo, Luke Chambers. He loved organising stuff, and that could be anything.
Well, that'd probably be running or something like that, wouldn't it, these days? Who's most likely to forget a birthday? It's basically saying who's the most forgetful in the team.
I know Leafy and Dara said me, didn't they, for the team?
They did. I was waiting for that, but I didn't want to say anything.
I'll go Leaf just
just a bit of revenge. What about you, Freddie? Any forgetful players back in the day?
I'll probably say Jonas Knudsen. He was obviously Danish, a little bit lackadaisical. Probably Jonas.
And if you are having a birthday party at a nice little discotheque somewhere, Connor, who's the first on the dance floor and who's got the best moves at the club?
Tails likes to dance, to be fair. Not very good though, but he likes to dance,
What do you like at dancing? You got
dancing?
The moves?
No, not really.
Not for you?
I'll give it a go though.
Give it a go, that's the main thing, as long as you put the effort in. Freddie, what about you and your former teammates?
I think I'll be well away from that. But probably Chambo. Chambo's a really lively character. He loves chucking himself around, and he fancies himself a little bit as well.
Obviously, on everyone's birthday, you have to sing Happy Birthday. Who's got the best voice in their dressing room? Is there a few of them in the shower singing along to songs, or...?
Greavesy and Clarkey probably think they've got a bit.
They've got great hair and great voices.
Yeah, off the top of my head, one of them two maybe.
Freddie, what are you like on the karaoke mic? Is that something that you'd be interested in jumping on?
Not really, to be honest. We obviously do the initiations when we sign for clubs and stuff, and that's, like Connor would tell you, that's always horrible. But you sort of get used to it a little bit, but it's not great.
What's the best one you've done? Don't worry, I'm not going to ask you to sing it now.
I think when I signed here, it was a good one, but a long time ago now.
Did you have to do one when you arrived here, Connor?
Yeah.
What did you sing?
Take That.
Take That?
Yeah.
Oh, which one?
I can't remember, but it was one of the Take That songs, Didn't go down very well.
An absolute classic. Right, well, we can't let you go downstairs after this match day live without giving you some birthday cupcakes. So Dan, the man, the floor man, is just going to...
Appreciate it.
They have come from the cake station. They've got Connor Townsend 22 and Ipswich Town. They were made in the fan zone.
Thank you.
You can enjoy them. And whilst Connor enjoys his cupcakes, we can now throw to Dave Van, who's in the fan zone and set himself a jacket potato challenge. Over to you, Dave.
Yes, Curly, we're in the fan zone. It's a Tuesday night game under the lights. What's better than a Tuesday night game? Well, a nice warm full belly on a Tuesday night game under the lights. Now, I'm sure you've heard of Spud Bros. I'm sure you've heard of Spud Man. But in the fan zone, we've got Spud Box. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and make a jacket potato in under 1 minute. We're in the Spud Box. What's your name, please, mate?
Luke.
Luke's going to help me make this Spud. Blake, cheese and beans? Yes, please. Cheese and beans. Would you hold the mic for me? All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Right, we'll get the jacket out here. Oh, they're hot, aren't they?
Yeah, they are sure warm, mate.
It's hot. I'll tell you what, that is hot. Okay, right, okay, we'll cut in the middle. A nice little bit in there. Yeah, put it this way. Get in there, fluff it out. God, that's a lovely looking potato. They're locally sourced.
Yes, mate, yeah.
Oh, mate, I'll tell you what, same knife for the butter, yeah?
Yeah, mate.
Getting a bit of butter there, just a tiny bit there. Is that too much?
No, that's enough. Put more on, mate. More the merrier.
Oh, mate, I can't use my hands, can I? No, I can't use my hands. Right, chop it up, you see them all, cut it up. Right. Right, beans and cheese, yeah? Beans on first or cheese on first? Beans first. Right, beans first, beans first. Oh, mate, a bit of salt. Go, got that on there. Bit of pepper. Going for it now. Right, okay, get the beans. Oh, look at them beans, look at the lovely beans. Heinz beans, local beans, lovely beans. Heinz beans, always got the Heinz in it. Look at that, look at the beans on there. You're only having one scoop, Blake, so I haven't got time for this. Right, let's go on the cheese, let's put this on the cheese, get a scoop of cheese. You want crispy onions, Blake? Go for it, son. Crispy onions, get cheese on top of there. We're going to stinge out on it? Yeah, of course we are. Get budget on that. I'm sure you give us more, Luke. Right, hang on, what are we using for the crispy onions, Luke?
Oh, yeah.
Same again, which one? Which one? That one? Right, crispy onions. Look at that, there we go. A little bit there. And that is a spud box spud. Blake, should we do a little taste test, mate? Yes, please. Here we go. See how we get on. I think that is something truly special. It's oozing, absolutely beautiful, still steaming, fluffy potato. That's the way we like it. What are we saying? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah?
Have you considered MasterChef, mate?
I don't know, I think that's the next thing, MasterChef. Forget stadium announcing, we're doing MasterChef. Score prediction, Blake?
3-1 to Town.
Fantastic. Curly, back to you in the gantry. Up a spud, up a Town.
Some brilliant acting from Blake there. Whilst that jacket potato cools down, let's take a look back at the last time these two teams met as the Tigers were tamed on a Tuesday night at the MKM.
Ipswich Town, backed by over 2,000 members of the Blue Army, face Hull City at the MKM Stadium, looking to pump the ball clear. And then Gelhard is going to go for goal from range, and he almost caught Christian Walton out. Joking. Hull looking to cause problems. Coyle will deliver in. Greaves heading away only as far as Adala. I think it might have struck the base of the post. Philogene. Past Balumi, held up by Coyle. Davis. Philogene. Philogene delivering in. Nunez is coming onto it, and Marcelino Nunez is scoring. Philogene sent it in from the left side, and Nunez snuck in unmarked in between the two Hull centre-backs. Head away inside his 6-yard box. Akpom, nice little prod into the path of Nunez. This is promising for Ipswich Town. It's 4 against 2. Can Ipswich capitalise? Nunez, he's up with Philogene, Akpom and Waller Egley. Nunez goes for goal himself, and it's blocked by Ajayi. Davis recycles. Nunez once more, just outside the penalty area. Waller Egley now. Philogene, Davis wants it, Davis has it. Can Davis deliver? Finding the cut back for Akpom. It's blocked only as far as Furlong, and then saved by Pandur. Nunez across this near side, takes the corner kick, and it comes towards O'Shea. It's parried, it's turned home by Akpom, and the flag is going to stay down, and Chuba Akpom has got his first Ipswich goal. As Ipswich come forward again, Waller Egley now into Philogene. Philogene just outside the penalty area. Philogene onto his left foot and off the post. Jayden Philogene.
Yeah, a great result for Ipswich on the road against Hull City, who come here tonight, Connor, with the best away record in the Championship. Are you aware of the stats around this game and things like that? Do the players take any notice?
I'm not too sure, to be fair. Obviously, you know, they're a place below us in the league, so you know that they're doing well. There's obviously been quite well documented about the run that they're on away from home at the minute. So, yeah, you know, we've got to be on it. Like I said earlier, though, I think that the best version of us beats probably any team in this league. So we've just got to look after ourselves.
Yeah, Portman Road has become a fortress. They might have the best away record, but we've got the second best home record in the Championship. Only one defeat here at Portman Road. So, on paper, this should be a very exciting game, Freddie.
Yeah, I think it should. Obviously, they've got a really good away record, but not many teams will want to come to Portman Road, like Connor said. And you know, the squad's so good here, the options there, and not many teams want to come here and play Ipswich at the minute.
Why do you think that is, Connor? Why has Portman Road become a fortress? We absolutely love it, and the fans love it, but there's something about this place that it seems that teams seem to fear coming to.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Obviously, you know, we score a lot of goals here. I think, you know, teams are well aware of that, and you know, generally they come and sit off, they try and frustrate us, and that obviously gives us a lot of ball, gives us a lot of control, and you know, I'm not sure why it's such a difference, but you know, obviously the backing's great here. It's like Tuesday night under the lights, it's fantastic atmosphere, so I'm not too sure.
Talking of goals, Freddie, I saw another stat earlier on that said that Hull have the worst XG. Now, I don't know much about XG. I don't know if it's something that you focus on. Firstly, what are your thoughts on XG? Because I have no idea what it means.
It can be misleading at times. I think I see the West Ham Liverpool game the other day. Liverpool obviously scored 5 and West Ham had a better XG. So, I wouldn't worry too much about that.
They're not sitting you down, are they, Connor, and training and going, lads, come on, XG, we're a little bit low at the minute.
No, it's not mentioned. It seems to be obviously, on social media, everyone seems to use it a lot. I did see a stat that obviously Hull have got the best conversion rate, which it shows that they don't need many chances. So it just shows how much we've got to be on it tonight.
Thank God we don't have XG too much here, and VAR is another one. One game at a time is the mentality from the gaffer, and I feel like as we get towards the business end, which we're very much in now, I think us fans are sort of understanding one game at a time is the mentality, because tonight we're the only team that played. Middlesbrough got a result last night. We won't think about that, and neither will the players, but as fans we literally do just have to take it one game at a time and keep clawing back those points.
Yeah, I think that's the way it has to be. Once you start worrying and focusing on everyone else, you sort of lose focus on what you're out there to do. And it's a cliche, isn't it? One game at a time. But I'm sure Kieran's preparing for the next game as the biggest game. And obviously this is tonight, and then hopefully get through tonight and then move on to Saturday.
We'll get into the lineup very shortly, but I guess that is shown in the lineup tonight with the changes that he's made. And you look for that consistency in football, but in these games you have to make changes because the games are Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said earlier, it's a bit loud, yeah.
Our ears are just bursting now.
Yeah, like we said earlier, it's a pleasure, that we've got that. And we need to use the squad because, Saturday, Tuesday, the last thing we want to be picking up injuries at this stage of the season.
Yeah, the atmosphere is certainly ramping up here at Portman Road. It is coming through our ears as the music blares out. But that's what makes this place so intense and so scary for the other players when they do walk out. We've even got the fireworks and the flames tonight as well, which just makes the whole occasion that little bit better.
Yeah, it does, and the fans will be on it from the first minute as well. The atmosphere is great. Even now we can hear the fans building, the music's building, and everyone's ultimately getting ready for 7:45 now. They want the game to get going.
These are the games that, as you players, you must love and look forward to, the midweekers, under the lights, Tuesday night, especially here at Portman Road.
Yeah, like tonight's a cracker, do you know what I mean? Promotion rival, obviously it's one of our games in hand, it's, under the lights, it's the games that you want to be playing, especially at this end of the season.
Okay, well let's take a look at the Ipswich Town lineup, who are facing Hull City tonight in the cauldron of Portman Road as the music echoes behind us. Yeah, I think it's 5 changes that we see from the team that took on Swansea City at the weekend. It's George Hurst that gets the nod tonight, and you feel, Freddie, he could have started with Ivan if he needed, but maybe he needed a little rest.
Yeah, it just shows the depth of the squad again, doesn't it? I feel like we're saying it over and over, the changes keep coming, and the starting 11 still looks really strong. It's a big night for George. Obviously, again, coming off the back of a goal the weekend, hopefully he can follow that up tonight, a few goals, and then that the rest will be history.
Sindrawalla Egley starts tonight. I had the pleasure of speaking with him and Jens Content Day for Town recently. He seems like a great lad, young, quiet, but I think he's got full of personality, and I think when he shows that on the pitch, he can be a real fan favourite.
Yeah, definitely. I think we all want to see it more. Obviously that's the thing with young players. It's the consistency comes the more games they play, and he's shown in spells this season what a talent he is and what a player he's going to be. And yeah, obviously as a team, as a teammate, you're asking him for more. You want more of him, and that just shows how good he is.
Jacob Greaves is going up against his old side tonight, obviously Hull City, and when he has played in that left-back role, he looks confident, he looks calm, and it's another. We're blessed. We have one of the best championship squads, I'm sure, for many years, but he's real solid at the back, isn't he?
Yeah, he is, and like we say, obviously Leaf's a big player for Ipswich, but when Jacob comes in, he does really well. Connor would tell you it's probably a little bit different playing left-back to centre-back, but every time he's coming, he's looked solid, and he's a leader of the group, so it'll be really good to see him play tonight.
Connor, it felt like Nacho was a bit of a miss. He's come in and he's been waving the flag, and the fans absolutely get on board with him. He's out there doing the fist bumps, but what he does on the pitch is really effective, isn't it, in this Town squad?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a big statement, but I feel like he makes us tick a little bit. He's sort of that missing piece, and when he's not been in the squad, I don't know if we've been quite as fluid. But with him there, I think it just seems to work really well.
Azor Matasiwa, he's a staple piece in this Ipswich Town side. Connor said it there, you've got Nacho making us tick going forward, but keeping us nice and solid in that back line of that midfield is Azor Matasiwa, who's had a fantastic season. Probably an unknown to many Ipswich Town fans and football fans around the world, but he's come in here and he's made a real impact.
Yeah, he has. Spine of the team, I'd say. Every time we see him, he seems to get better and better. Connor will know more, obviously trains him day in, day out, sees him around the place, but again, looks like a leader, looks like a real good centre midfielder, and you know, he's done really well every time I've seen him play.
When we speak about the squad depth at Ipswich Town, we can have a look at the substitute bench. Plenty of talent on it, and if any of these were starting, we'd be saying we've got a very strong chance. That's where the squad depth comes into play, isn't it, Freddie? Like, you look at that team there, or those subs bench, should I say, and yeah, we're covered in all places.
Yeah, it sounds like a broken record, you know. we say it all the time, how strong the squad is, and even boys who are not in the squad, you know. But yeah, all of them will be looking to come on, get involved tonight, and like we said, Kieran's brilliant with his subs. I'm sure they've sort of got the night off, but they'll be ready to go.
Yeah, Chiva Akpon has scored 3 goals against Hull City, so again, another one that if he comes off the bench, you know, we love scoring against Hull City, so we're covered up front as well.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, obviously, you know, the lads will be probably disappointed to be on the bench, but there's a real opportunity to come on and make a difference. And like we say, you know, late goals was a massive reason why we got promoted, obviously 2 years ago. You know, and it could be important this year.
I feel like certainly at Ipswich Town, those players will know that they will get minutes. You'll know you'll get chances. It's not like other clubs potentially where, you know, they might be fighting mid-table or relegation. You know, sometimes they stick to the same 11. Every one of those team players will be used, won't they, this season?
Yeah, they will, and ultimately every time they're used, they normally do quite well. So it's a bit of a headache for Kieran. Obviously, you've got so many good players. Everyone, like Connor said, everyone on that bench would probably feel they deserve to play him and want to play. But like we said, the manager wants that. You know, the boys want to get promoted. You don't want to be mid-table playing every week. This is the club you want to be at, and it's really tough for Kieran, but that's what he gets paid his money for.
Ipswich Town will be ready to take on Hull City. So to give us the lowdown on the visitors, we can now cross over to our lead commentator, the brilliant, the fantastic Glenn Wheeler.
Yeah, thanks, Curly. Well, having won their last 5 away games in the Championship, Hull City make 4 changes to their previous lineup that started the 1-0 win at Portsmouth on Saturday. Ivor Pandor continues in goal, and the Croatian will be protected by a back 5 tonight, which include the experienced Northern Ireland international Paddy McNair and 22-year-old Charlie Hughes, who has made 51 blocks so far this season, the most in the Championship. In midfield, Matt Crooks marked his return from a hamstring injury by coming off the bench to score the only goal of the game at the weekend, and the former Rotherham and Middlesbrough man is rewarded with his first start since the victory at Preston on the 20th of January. Up front, Joe Gelhard will lead the line on what is his 50th appearance for the Tigers. The Leeds loanee has 11 goals in all competitions this campaign, and tonight he'll be supported by Liam Millar and Lewis Kumas. On the bench, for the second game in succession, Town's opponents name their top scorer amongst the substitutes. Ollie McBurney has notched 13 goals in the Championship this term and has started the previous 10 league games, but he doesn't start tonight. Back to you, Curly.
Brilliant stuff, Glenn, as always. Now you know we like to give you a question, and keeping with the birthday theme, I know it was your birthday not too long ago. What has been your best football birthday present you've received?
When you asked me earlier, Curly, and prepped me for this, well, my granddad actually brought me to Portman Road for my 10th birthday in February 2005. A game against Leicester. I was in the Sir Bobby Robson suite. He treated me. I got to watch Ian Westlake play football, and a Leicester side actually that featured Dion Dublin and a Town TV regular James Scowcroft as Town won 2-1.
Well, there you go. What a lovely birthday surprise that was. We look forward to Glenn and Westy being on comms very shortly. Right. Before Jacob Greaves got into the changing room this evening, Sam Carter spoke to the defender.
Greavesy, a good result for us on Saturday. Can we keep that going?
Hopefully. We'll have to see at 7:45, but it's going to be a good game. I think they've won 5 games in a row away from home, so hopefully we can put an end to that. It's going to be a good game, one that I'm looking forward to, so yeah, let's see.
A long stretch for us away from home. How important have the fans been on Saturday, and how important can they be tonight?
Yeah, it was nice to finally be back on Saturday. kind of had so much travelling to do over the last months, and then to have a home game and to build on the home form that we've had this season was nice. Kind of a comfortable win, but I think it's going to be a different test tonight, but one that we're fully equipped for.
A little while ago since you've joined us, but obviously you know Hull very well. How can they threaten us tonight?
A lot of new players since I obviously left. I think they've got some of the top scorers in the league in McBurney and Geldart, so it's going to be a really tough day. They've got a lot of good players, but so have we. So we're now going to have to be on our game to kind of stop them, but hopefully we can cause a threat going the other way as well.
The thoughts of Jacob Greaves there, who faces his old side Hull City this evening here at Portman Road. He mentioned it there, Connor, they've been on the road quite a lot of travelling. Just how much does that affect the players? I know you like to go on those little walks as well, but can it be quite difficult when you're on the road?
Yeah, of course, you know, home comfort's in it, you know, everyone's obviously, when you're away for the night before, you get back late on the day, obviously recovery takes a little bit of a hit. So yeah, it's obviously it's difficult, and we had obviously like 3 or 4 in a row, so it wasn't great. But back home for a few games in a row now, and hopefully we can make it count.
I suppose when you're on the road now, you do get your own room back in the hotels. Yeah, back in the day, it wasn't quite like that, was it, Freddie? Because we were here chatting to Darren Ambrose, and you were saying how you used to room with him, I presume, here at Ipswich Town. What was that experience like when you are on the road?
Yeah, like Connor said, it's tough, you know, you're travelling a lot, the games are always up north and stuff, you stay overnight, but yeah, it's good for the group as well, you know, you go away, like I said, room with Daz, and yeah, it's good, you know.
By 10,
the boys all together, all mixed in which you want, but ultimately everyone's going away to do a job, do you know what I mean? So you go away, travel well, you do everything right, and you prepare properly for the game on the Saturday.
Yeah, and Ipswich will be looking to do a job tonight against Hull City. Connor, what will be the gaffer's message before the game?
I think just more of the same, especially from Saturday. You know, momentum's a big thing in this game, and you know, we've got to try and use that momentum from what was such a positive day on Saturday and roll it into tonight. And like you say, start well, and hopefully it'll give us a good platform for the game.
Second home game of 3. We'll want to go into that Leicester game on Saturday with 3 points on the board. Just how vital will that be tonight going into that game on Saturday? But it is one game at a time, remember.
Yeah, like we said, one game at a time. But like we said earlier as well, the 3 points is all that matters now, and I'm sure Kieran would admit that as well. You know, the performances are great, but now the business end, the 3 points, and that's what we want. 3 points, move up the table and keep going into Saturday.
Absolutely. We'll all be behind the Blues this evening. Connor, thank you very much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. I won't ask for a prediction because I don't think it's fair to ask a first team player what the score's going to be, but Freddie, you're a former player and you're going to be giving us a little prediction before we head off.
I'm going to go 2-0 Town tonight.
2-0 Town. Brilliant stuff. Right, we'll be back at half-time as well for some more analysis. For those of you in international regions, you can watch tonight's game with a £10 match pass. Town TV subscribers, you've got the brilliant commentary of Glenn Wheeler and Ian Westlake. Big thanks for you to watch, and if we see you at half-time, we'll see you then. And also shout out to Fleximize, our sponsors. We will leave you with all the stats and numbers of tonight's game. It's Ipswich Town versus Hull City. Enjoy. Hull City arrive at Portman Road with their tail between their legs as Town tamed the Tigers in the reverse fixture. It will be the 43rd meeting between the two sides, with Town's biggest victory coming back in 2007 as the Blues ran out 5-2 winners. 3 current first-team players once wore the black and orange of Hull City, but we think they look better in blue and white. Do you agree, Jayden? Here's a fun fact for you. Did you know George Hurst is the only Town player to score against Hull with all the letters of Tigers in his name? Let that sink in. So, Town fans, it's Ipswich versus Hull City at Portman Road. What do you think the score's going to be?
Just like football, business moves fast. And when you need funding, there's no time to wait. At Fleximize, we keep things simple. No penalties, no red cards, just fast, flexible business loans. We only ask for the essentials and you'll get a decision within 24 hours. Once approved, the funds are in your account the same day. Fleximize, let's fund your goals.
The tractor girls are back in town. Ipswich
have got us underway here at Portman Road.
Girls are back in town.
When we started this, did we ever think we'd have a partnership with a football club? Absolutely not. This is beyond our wildest dreams. We pretty much exclusively hire graduates at Halo. We're very proud of our Suffolk roots. Halo's a pretty passionate, positive, enthusiastic place generally, but when you've also got what's going on at the football club, and it's just ending passion and enthusiasm.